morning, everybody. It's Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur. Just unplugging my mouse, which is hopefully got enough. We're playing Russian roulette with the mouse today. We're gonna see if it makes it through the day. And my keyboard also let me know that it's only charged to 5%. So we're doing good. I'm actually gonna plug that one in since that can charge while we go here. But the mouse, we're just gonna have to see. We might be trackpad halfway through. We'll see. How's everybody doing? Hi, Sean. Hi, Oliver. All the morning crew is here hanging out with me this morning. Also, hello to the, thank you for the spam on Twitch. I'm not interested in buying followers. I believe that's Bernard or Burned. Let me know how to pronounce your name there. Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining for the first time, you're new. Like I said, I'm Jack. I'm a host of the Illustrator Challenges occasionally. So if you have any questions, we're gonna be working in Illustrator. I'm always happy to answer them. Let's switch over to my screen. So yeah, here we are. We're on these stickers. We did a really short stream on Monday, so we didn't get super far. So we got a lot of work to get done on these. There's a couple things I want to do. Obviously, I want to get all of the like symbolism in here, and get everything sorted out. Welcome, Anna. How's it? Happy Friday, indeed. Happy Friday to all of you. Some good news. The winter storm that was supposed to take us out. I thought I was gonna wake up to a foot of snow. Just decided for the first time in my entire how many years of living here has not hit us. So we somehow bypassed all of the snow. So I thought I was gonna have to shovel for my Chihuahua this morning, but that didn't happen. Alright, so we're working on these stickers for Crock of Time. I've got links in the description to the Crock of Time community and website, etc. if you want to go check it out. And we've been working on these for a while. It was very start and stop. I had this thought this morning, actually, where I am always excited to start a project, and then it's like right around this time that I'm like, you know, getting towards the end, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know if anybody else feels that way. Corey's like, what are you going to do today? I'm like, I don't know. I have also started that donut poster, and I was like, I don't really want to work on that either. So here we are. I'm always like, I want to start something brand new. So let me know if you're like that too. Maybe that'll be one of my 2024 goals. Get better about finishing the things that I start instead of starting things and not finishing them. That's never gonna happen. Alright, so we've got the Kimchi Cleric. I actually feel prepared for this today because we worked on, if you are in the Firefly Discord. First of all, if you're in the Firefly Discord, speaking of, can we make it our 2024 goal to stop clicking on shady links? Please stop clicking on these links. We are inundated with spam. I promise you that the Discord link, if it looks too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Stop clicking on them. You're not getting free nitro. You're not getting naked photos of people. Like, just stop. Anyways, that's my ask for 2024. Please stop clicking on shady links. Cleric. We're working on a cleric. I'm just doing a Google search because I need to, like, get in the headspace again. But like I was saying, the plus over 18, everything free from Jack. Yeah, please stop. Sean knows what's up. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Alright, so we're working on the Kimchi Cleric here. And I bring the Discord up because we actually did character sheets in the, oh gosh, I wish I had it pulled up so I could show you the character sheets that we did. Let me just navigate to my, Discord and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hold, please. We're taking a detour over to Discord. I'll show you what Sean and I worked on. Share your work. Not gonna just navigate to the main chat because I don't know what I'm gonna get. Oh, this is kind of annoying. It opens up in a small window. Alright, but this is what we worked on. We worked on these character sheets, like D&D character sheets. So I have a little bit, in doing this, I have a little bit more research on I know a little bit more about D&D now. So, or at least character sheet creation. So, with that being said, I feel like I'm in better shape maybe to tackle this kimchi cleric thing. So, you made a triangle, man. I did. Everybody's immediately showing Sir Pythagoras. Everybody's jumping on the triangle train. Yeah, we did make a triangle, man, as requested. Bippin, welcome to the stream. And, anyways, my point in all this is I feel more equipped to tackle the, cleric today. So, I like this, you know, I like this for the most part. I just don't know how to, my struggle here, and I'm gonna keep kind of working on this little guy. My struggle here is getting this to fit in the space of the jar that we have to work with. So we need to kind of sort that out. But I kind of want to do like a little. I'm gonna do something like this. We're gonna kind of make this look. I think the one of the suggestions was to make it look like a staff, which I do love that. And I'm also gonna. I don't think I need this now. I think that that's kind of just fine by itself. I guess we could add some lines along the side to make it look more like a cabbage. We'll see. Oliver says free trials for everybody. Click the link. No, stop it. Don't click the links. First of all, there are no links. The moderator Corey will make sure y'all behave yourselves. No, Corey posts a link. Anyways, Pippin says, I like your working idea. You are a great man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try. Alright, we're gonna try to add, like, a little line here on the sides. I want this, if this is dumb and it doesn't work, then, you know, we'll just move on. But I kind of want to see if I can get a little bit, like, the, make this look more like a Napa cabbage. I don't really, maybe this is just, maybe the two side pieces are not necessary. Oh, Frank's here, yes, congratulations to Frank. Frank, was the winner of a Year of Creative Cloud, all apps, I believe. Sean, I don't know, you'll have to let me know. But, Frank won Sean's Light and Art Community Challenge. If you want to go give Frank a, or congratulate Frank. Alright, I did a Google search for Napa cabbage to get a reference again. I should probably just, like, save photos of these things so I don't have to search for them, but how do we feel about the lines? I feel like without it, it just looks like a generic cabbage, but maybe that's not, like, a huge deal. How do I do? You're from, Nepal, from India? Must be, I suppose it might be, I don't know how many hours that is ahead. That's probably, like, evening by you? I'm in the US, in Ohio, so welcome in. I also think I need to make this, what is this? Color. Let me make sure I've got the right color here. We did 80% of this. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. And maybe I'll break this line. I don't really want it to be Alright, we'll see if I like it. We can always delete it. That's kind of the nice thing. I'm gonna put this behind. I'm gonna make this. This is already 80, so I'll increase this. I want to do like a, I don't know, either like a starburst type of a thing, or like a circle. I haven't decided yet. You know what I mean? We could do, let's grab this color. Liner. thinking. About how I want to do this. Sort of like there's like a glow or something at the top. And maybe we just do like radiating lines. We have a lot of options, so. Oh, Bippin's out. Well, thank you for joining. Are you trying to give the cabbage a halo? Yes! I can't decide, so like, I can't decide between doing like a halo. Here, we'll leave it like this for now. Doing something like this. Or doing something like, let me grab the polar grid. Bring down, go up. Delete this. Obviously, I need to kind of adjust this, but... And then I would, like, you know, break up these lines. Here. Let's go in here. I'll show you what you can do. I'll, use the lasso tool to select all the points in the middle. And then we'll kind of bring it, go up, bring it up. And then we can, I'm actually going to use, let's see about using the eraser tool today. Which I don't typically use, but nice to add some line breaks. I don't know, maybe not. This is such a cool tool. The knife tool? I will use it to create my rating. Yeah, don't sleep on the polar grid tool. It's super useful for doing stuff like that. It's underneath the line segment tool, and all I did to do that was, if I drag out the shape again, if you use the up and down arrows on your keyboard, I really need to get my keyboard shortcut thing turned on again. Let me see if I can do that real quick. The up and down arrows. Turn this on for you. Okay. Let's see, do we got it now? There we go. Alright, so if I use the up and down arrows, it adds these and removes these like radiating central lines, and the left and right arrows are gonna increase or decrease the number of lines along the outer edge here. Super handy for creating stuff like this, and also like if you're creating like spokes on a wheel or something like that. I use this tool a lot. So, but you can also do it the transform way. I know that a lot of people like doing it that way, but you know, the polar grid tool is there, so use it. And then the other option that we have for this, I'm actually going to bring this down. I think maybe go back to one. I can't decide. Maybe this is too much. Maybe this is over the top. But I would also probably add some little sparkles, and I'll show you this little trick too. If we take a shape that's, I think we need to use a, might need to use a rectangle if I remember. I always have to like think about this. So we've got a rectangle, we can go to, I think we need to rotate it. Hang on. We're gonna go to distort and transform, pucker and bloat. And if I pull this in, you can see I can create a little sparkle. Okay, I do need to make a square. Like this, we'll rotate it. So it's a diamond, and then we'll go to distort and transform, pucker and bloat. And obviously if we go out, we're gonna get like these weird little flower shapes, which is kind of cool. But we want to go in to create a little sparkle. But let's say you didn't want it to be a square. You can rectangles are kind of a special shape in that they kind of maintain their properties. So as I scale it, you can see it's kind of maintaining the original orientation of my square. There's a really quick sort of hack you can do to kind of fix that. Not the navigator. By going to the Pathfinder, and if you hit merge, it's gonna break it down so you can stretch your shape as if it's a diamond. So yeah, I wish it would work if you went to objects, convert to path. Some shapes have their own kind of properties that like they're shapes versus like objects. I know that's kind of a bit strange to think about, but a square is one of those, and it can be difficult to work with if you don't have the actual shape. And then we go to pucker and bloat. Now we can create like a longer diamond-shaped sparkle. So if you ever struggled with that, there you go. We could also kind of layer it up, and in this case, you probably want it to be, you know, square. So you can copy and paste this. We could do something with this. Again, I think this is probably too much. Or we can just add some sparkles around this kind of halo here. You know I love me some sparkles. I also love like non-sparkly sparkles. I don't think I've done any of it here. Oh, you know what? We should probably use diamonds since we used them up there, huh? So remove this. And I can very easily remove it and get back by just deleting that effect on the appearance panel. So I've got little diamonds instead. Let's keep things consistent, shall we? Hey, Shroffle. Sean says, holy cabbage, Batman. I mean, this is holy cabbage in this case, since we're making a cleric. I don't really have any. I wish I could give you advice for like adding little things like this around the edges. I don't really have any specific, you know, advice for you, I guess. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut this out. So I'm gonna drag out a rectangle just so I can maintain equal spacing on this. It's down. I'm actually gonna merge these two to make it easier. I'm gonna cut this out. And then we can delete these. And then we can make these. And then we're gonna go here. And if I'm not sure about the placement, what I'll actually do is I'll cut the sides like this. I'll select them and I'll give them just no stroke. That way they're still there if I need to like rejoin them or I need to like make an adjustment. Like, let's make this a little. You know. You like the sparkle? You like the sparkles better? Instead of the diamonds? Or this one? I'm confused. Sorry, Corey is the client and Corey's also across the room for me. So sometimes he gives me feedback on what I'm doing from across the way. So like, here's an example of I would want to join this again. cut that line. Because I feel like this gap is a little bit too small. And I'll just make that no appearance again. Alright. Oladel? Let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I always apologize. It's never my intention. Let me know, Oladel, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And welcome to the stream! Also, I'm gonna make sure that I have my notifications turned on today, so that I can see all of your, the follows. I think I have to sort out something on Behance, because it's still not giving me notifications. Bippin, Burned, and, Bippin and Burned. Thank you for the follow. Let me do you a little shout out here. Thanks for following. Alright, Cora likes this one. We also need to add, I need to figure out how this fits in here. Let's just kind of move this over here for now. Don't you love my working layer right now? It's all a mess. I really need to get this cleaned up. Let's do that real quick. I can't work like this, y'all. We're gonna just grab all of this stuff that we're not using. And, I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna call this working. I'm gonna call this like V1, V2, and then we've got final. Just kind of making sure I've got things organized for myself. And then I'm also gonna move this stuff probably onto my artboard over here. I don't know why I made 2 copies of this. We're just gonna move all this stuff that we don't really like very much off of the artboard. Okay. Let's group this. Let's get it back centered. I don't really love... I want it to fit into the space, but I also don't want to have to make my text smaller necessarily, because I do want it to be readable. It's definitely, I have a little bit of a challenge here to fit all of this. I'm worried about like the jar, like the stuff along the sides, you know what I mean? Like having enough, having enough space. Hey, Barbara. And I don't love the idea of having like a weird little circle, like extending this out. I don't love that idea. Unless we just do something different with the actual sticker shape. You think it was nice when it broke the top on it. Yeah, but it looks weird. It looks just weird to me. I don't know what the answer is. Because the other thing is, I want to have like, I want to do something with the top, like underneath the kimchi. You know what I mean? Like, we pull this off again. And we take this shape and kind of rotate it. You see what I mean? Like to make it kind of look like a staff. I want to do something, but we are gonna quickly run out of space in our sticker. We're gonna have issues, so I'm not sure what to do. sure what to do. I did too many things. If your font kimchi was more monospaced geometric, the eye could be the staff. Yeah, but would I be able to center it? I also have the... I like this font! Making my life difficult. I'm gonna have to find like an Adobe font that's monospace. Because I don't think I have one. And it could be held by the age. Alright, let's go to Adobe fonts. Oh my gosh, come on. It always wants to open on the screen, even though I don't want it to. Thank you. Let's go mono. Don't you love that it still says loaf? We'll change it to say kimchi. If you don't know, Loaf is the name of the brand we've been working on for the Illustrator challenges. Let me know, by the way, if you watch the challenges, you know what I'm talking about. If you enjoyed the I want like a sans hair. Thank you. Why is it giving me these weird... I don't want featured. Let's go newest. I don't want eyes with bits. Don't judge me, Corey. If you saw the Illustrator challenge, did you like the... I was so nervous about that style for the logo type that we went with inside of the toast. I was like, I don't know if this is cool or not. Like, I don't know if people are gonna think this is cool. So let me know if you liked it. Give me your approval, is what I'm asking for. I guess this is kind of close. With the shape of the K and the M. It's a variable font, so I know that we can get some heavier weights. Let's do this one. Sean's been enjoying the DCC, the WCC. I'm glad to hear it. Man, I'm so sad. I love this font. I want to use it for something. Ivy. Spell it right. And I need to pull this out and look at my character panel. WCC, yeah. I hope that people like the... I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't had many submissions, but I haven't had any submissions. Well, I take that back. Katarina has shared some things. But I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't had a ton of people share. Okay, well this is not gonna work. Because the H and the C don't line up. Oh, Anna likes this font. Thanks. Appreciate you. I'm a little bit nervous since I haven't had like a ton of submissions since then. This is problematic. I'm gonna have to do some weird stuff to get it to work. First of all, I don't know what's going on with my alignment tools, but it's not drawing to the box. So I'm gonna draw a line here. So I can see what's going on. WCC is more my rhythm. I'm just worried because I haven't had, like, Katarina submitted some stuff, but, like, I haven't had any other real submissions. So I'm like, I don't know if people are like, because there's a week, I feel like some people it's like, oh, well, great, I have more time to kind of work on it. But then other people, I think, are just kind of forgetting that it exists. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it all. This, I'm gonna have to, like, make smaller. Or adjust the spacing. Why is this still? I set you to not be. There we go. I told you not to space. Don't space. That's so annoying. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Okay, well this is just... Did I call out for work in progress? Well, we're doing like it's like a weekly, like, Corey, I don't know about this. Because then I'm gonna have to, like, weirdly space out this I. And the M is not centered. Oh, gosh. I don't know what to do with this. This is a mono-spaced font? I'm gonna try this other one here. Co-fo gothic variable. Definitely not monospaced. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I chose monospaced, and it was like, here, I've given you a monospaced font. It's meant to be like a building thing. So, like, the first day we did research, and then we did logo concepts. We're gonna put together a, logo family next. And what is happening? You might not need mouse space. You need the K and the M to be the same width. Yeah, I know. I don't know how to fix this. This is... I'm gonna have to, like, do some weird stuff. You're gonna see me do some weird stuff. I'm gonna break the rules a little bit. Oh my god, why is this... Why do I have all these weird... Like, no. Be normal. Okay, now let's go here. Let's do the same thing here. Weird stuff with Jack. That's an accurate description for any stream with me, to be honest with you. Weird stuff with Jack. Okay. Let's try this. Oh man, why? Why did you do that? Okay. Okay, let's see. I don't love it because I don't love the way that it ends up looking intentionally squished. But maybe it's not, like, too noticeable. And then I need to do something, I guess, similar here, huh? This is, like, needs to come down just a little bit. Why? But then this ends up being like weird. We're getting there. Getting there. I'm gonna go through all of this and I'm gonna be like, no, I hate it. I promise. Promise you this. I'm gonna be like, why did I do this? Okay, well at least it goes now. So there's that. It like fits together. It goes now. It goes! Words are hard. Let's, two options. Do I outline this? And remove the eye. And then end this path here? Doesn't look like the staff is centered with the leaf. We're working on it. It's because I centered the whole thing and not centered with this. It's fine. I'm more concerned about making sure all of this is centered right now. Also, we're gonna pull this down. What are you doing? Oh, this is centered. Actually, let's just hide this for now. And then let's do... I just want to see what this looks like, so I'm doing a little cheater. Without having to remove the shapes. I don't know how I feel about that. It ends up looking like a golf logo. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like this. We're gonna do this instead. Hi, Unicorn. I think that's better, honestly. That looks pretty good like that. I much prefer that. I'm gonna save. We'll do a save. Ian and Gressa and Oladel, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry I'm having to do this in batches. I need to figure out my notification settings. Oh, everybody's congratulating Crock. PJ, happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Does anybody have any good plans for the weekend, or is everybody just collectively hiding from the snow? I know that it's like cold and snowy. I think I mentioned this. I don't know where I mentioned this, but I mentioned that like 75% of the US is just like covered in snow. But also, I read that like the last winter storm they had, which was like a week ago now, the only state that didn't have some kind of weather warning was Arizona. So, Oliver says, no snow here, but I'll be hiding from a storm instead. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's some kind of, like, the entire U.S. except for Arizona last week was under some kind of weather warning. Barbara's iced in. Yeah, if I remember correctly, you're in Tennessee, Barbara? So, I know that Tennessee got annihilated with snow and ice, and they're just not used to that there, so. Glover's saying, I may have to do some farm carpentry in the snow. In the cold. No snow, though. Farm carpentry? Like, building a barn? Alright, so I like this. I don't love it in the sticker shape. You know what I mean? And I don't really know what to do about that. It's one of those things. I feel like it needs something on the sides to frame it. And or I need to put it in a different shape. And I know that Corey wants it in an ongi, so I'm not sure where to go from here. High of 32 today. Heat wave! A little cat patio. Oh, that's fun. I love that idea. Yeah. We occasionally let our cat out on in the backyard on a leash because we don't trust her to be in the backyard. She would escape. So, yeah. Frog says cold and snow. Negative 24 degrees Celsius this morning. Oh my gosh, that's too cold for me. But Barbara's saying 32 today, and next Wednesday 60. Yeah, when that happens, I feel like that just cannot be good. Like, I feel like that's when I get sick in like the fall and the winter, when you have like those wild temperature changes. Sorry, I'm just looking at cleric imagery and trying to. I'm just thinking right now, reading the chat. Umacorn's having some late New Year's drinks with a few friends today. Oh, that's fun. Clever's saying, out of an old covered deck I built 20 years ago. Oh, yeah. Sean says Declan will be raising a barn alone. I believe it. In Austin, it's just cold. Happy to report. No politicians fleeing the state during the potential energy grid crisis. Not yet. We've still got some time for winter to take down the Texas electrical grid, so. Not that I wish that upon you, but I do feel bad. I can relate to politics being in Ohio, so. What are you saying, Oliver? Is that? I don't know what is that Swedish? What am I looking at? I'm gonna need to translate. I'm gonna need to translate. Dutch, okay. I'm assuming that's some kind of drink that I've never heard of. But cheers. What can I do with the sticker? I do love this. This is great. I don't know how to make it work. All right, we're gonna pull this off. Yeah, I'll put this all on my working layer. I say, like, as if anybody in the chat is, like, shaming me about not having things organized. I hate when Illustrator does this. It, like, phantom selects. There we go. You've never seen that happen before. Now you have. Driving crazy. Okay. It's Dutch for party like it's 1999. I don't know whether you're messing with me or not, Sean. Where in Ohio? Family in Newark. I don't know where Newark is. I'm in northeast Ohio. So I'm east of Cleveland, if that helps orient you. PJ. Newark, Ohio. Or do you mean Newark? Because I know where Newark is. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to let me know. But that's like more, that's like way south. That's like Columbus area. Savory snacks you have with drinks. Okay, everybody's giving me different interpretations of this word. I am here for snacks, Umacorn. New Year's drinks. New Year's drinks and snacks. I'm fine with that. Is this like a charcuterie board type of a situation? I know those have become very popular recently, at least in the US. People have made like an entire business around making them. Clever says the warnings in Texas are funny, not funny. Energy. We don't expect any emergency crisis. Everyone we know. That's how you failed so badly last time. You know, I was joking about that this morning, Clever. And it's not funny, you're right. But like I joked because we had so many warnings, so many like places closed preemptively. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, where's the snow? Where is it? There's no snow. The snow was a lie. I'm gonna try a couple things while we chat. I was real confused this morning. I feel like whenever they tell me that like it's gonna be some awful big storm, we get nothing. And when it's like, you know, you gotta worry when they don't when they're like, don't worry, it's just gonna be a dusting of snow. That's when you gotta worry. Oh, Bridget's here from the southeast part of the state, Cincinnati. I have to say, Bridget, I have been to Cincinnati. I've been to Columbus. I've been to Cincinnati. I thought Cincinnati was really nice when I visited. I really liked the city. I actually, I have been told the opposite, that a lot, like, people like Columbus more than they like Cincinnati. I actually found it to be quite the opposite. I really liked Cincinnati more than I think I liked Columbus, to be honest with you. Sean's telling me it's dried fish and mead. I'm here for mead. I don't think I would do so hot with the dried fish, but I know Corey's a big tinned fish person. Alright, what am I doing? I was gonna try and do, like, something. I was gonna try to do something. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like, frame this somehow. Nope, don't group it. Again, I don't love it. PJ says, I'm at the point where I'll avoid the bridge at Three Rivers Stadium. Three Rivers Stadium. I'm not familiar with that bridge. I've mostly gone to Cincinnati for concerts. Which is like the riverfront venue. I'm trying to think of it. Cincinnati. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Maybe it's just called Riverfront Live. So yeah. More spam? Can someone, like... Are you talking about in the Firefly Discord? I threw a warning out there about that particular link. I think... Let me throw a message in here. Hold please, I need to do some moderating. Anyways, sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what to do with this. I really don't. I'm just experimenting at this point. Wow, I don't know how I grouped this. Double groups. I'm just gonna... Oh, no, don't want to do that. Ugh, alright, fine. Gosh, at this point, I feel like I could have just deleted all of those, but I don't love that. I really don't. Call it done. I mean, I could stop working on it for now and we could move on to one of the other ones and come back to it. I also have to draw a brain, the kombucha brain. I think that that looks neat. The large leaves on the side take command if you want to tone down. So all right, well we'll undo that. We'll keep it for now since Clever likes it. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and we'll come back to it. You like the shape of the crock? I know, but I'm concerned about, like... Hold on. I'm gonna scale this up just a touch. So I want it to align with the ears. It's like a very minor thing, but it's bothering me. I need to work on some of these other things, like the brain, the kombucha brain. The crock gets lost with the background leaves, unfortunately. Well, I'm moving on from it for now, because I don't have any immediate solutions. Brain. I feel like I should know how to draw a brain, like, entirely from memory now, but, you know, I don't. So there's that. I've drawn brains so many times in my life. So many times have I drawn brains. It's kind of a weird statement to make, but it's a fact. Corey's sharing a link with me. Oh, you're sharing a link with everybody else. Oh, thank you. Clever is offering a suggestion to drop the contrast to a shade on the big leaves to 30%. We could do that too. That's a thing that we can try. Let's go in here. Big leaves will make you halfway. said, I'm just gonna kind of leave it for now. Let it be. It's supposed to be a SCOBY, just reminiscent of a brain. Okay, but like, it has to be both. And a SCOBY is not a very, like, recognizable thing. I feel like I kind of implied it with the background shapes. You know what I mean? Corey? Now I'm just getting sassy. Now I'm just annoyed. Annoyed with you, client. Scooby brain. All I'm saying is I'm just... Yes, which was the point... Oh my gosh, you never let me get to the point. Which was the point I was trying to make. Is that when drawing a brain, I'm gonna give you a little tip about brain drawing. Which is that you should not make it very detailed. For two reasons. One, and I'm gonna blow your mind a little bit. Believe it or not, despite the fact that we have lovely anatomy and physiology books and biology books, etc. out there in the world, those typically are giving you the ideal. And people's brains actually vary quite a bit in terms of the way that they look. So, basically what I'm saying is, if you try to draw a highly detailed brain, it's probably going to be less accurate, just due to kind of the nature of the situation. There's a nice base brain. We're gonna draw actually in a box. I'm gonna make a box to fit the same style that I have. There we go. No, there's like a little. There are sort of like major folds in the brain that are more or less consistent. So, there is that. But otherwise, Viola's here. Joined us just in time for brain chat. I was trying to add the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. You were drawing a brain? Hold on, scrolling up. I missed so many things. So PJ is saying I would have liked to have bought my grandparents' house in Newark if it had a pit garage in the back. My grandfather was a mechanic, turned the garage into a server farm, but alas, it was a fire, no more house. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry, PJ. We actually have like a strange setup. Our garage, we have a 3-car garage. We have 1 car. But it was the person who lived here like restored cars, and so that's why there was a 3-car garage. Beal saying, please, I was trying to draw the brain the other day. You really just need the most you really just need the basic, like the major structures of the brain. Like there's some kind of like identifiable folds, the ones that have names, and those are the ones you want to include. But oh my god, I'm trying to keep up with chat. There's so many chat. So apparently, Prompt Jockey started itself this morning. There is no event, so I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm live, so you can come hang out with me, but there should be no event. The brain stem, like broccoli stem, is also edible. I mean, technically it's all edible. It's not gonna kill you. None of it's gonna kill you if you eat it. I don't want to get into cannibalism on this stream, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's what Clever said! I was just responding. Jewel, welcome to the stream. How are you all? We're doing good. Abdul says, Lumicorn, your designs are very beautiful. Yes, I don't think I've done a shout out yet to the streamers we have in the chat. We've got Sean and we've got Lumicorn, who are both streamers here on Behance, so be sure to go and support their work. Lumicorn also does a lot of beautiful work, also in Illustrator, so go and give Lumicorn some support. I know Lumicorn's been working on some new stream graphics, so yeah, you can check this live streaming tab out. Clever says everything is edible if you try hard enough, but there's some things that you shouldn't. I'm afraid if I try to check the community tab on in the Discord right now, I'm gonna break something. So if somebody who is in the Firefly Discord would like to go check on that, that'd be great. I'm not really sure what kind of style I want for this, so we'll add, I'm just gonna put in some lines here. We'll make them white so you can see them. Put this one out so that connects here. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit, and there's like a little, I always like really sort of like, in case you couldn't tell, like kind of like geometric or like angular shapes for brains. Another kind of weird statement, but here we are. So do something like this. One project I did back in the day, actually for the doctor from UH, here in Cleveland, on a series of, that's not what I wanted to do, my brain is in multiple places. On a series of like illustrations about like epilepsy, and so I had to draw quite a few brains for that project. Frame. course, now I need to figure out exactly what I'm doing with this. You like the angular brangular design? Me too, clever. Oh, nobody knows what UH is outside of Cleveland. University hospitals. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see Annika join. I'm missing the chat. I was very focused on the task at hand. Viola says, so sad I haven't been able to catch your streams. I sleep really late on Saturdays. Oh, I'm so sorry, Viola. Yeah, it's been kind of a weird couple of weeks. Just because I've had, like, so much going on the weekends and everything. So, I've been trying to still maintain, like, twice a week streams. Last week I streamed, like, so I streamed on Monday, and I'm streaming Monday, Friday this week. I'm hoping that I'll get back to, like, doing Friday, Saturday streams, or Friday, Sunday streams, or something like that. I am still trying to split my time. I know that some people have been like, rah, 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 why are you streaming on, in the mornings? I can't catch your streams. I know. I need to kind of find the right balance of, like, morning and evening streams, so. Sean's on it. I would like to get experience from you. Oh, well, you can check out the Illustrator challenges if you're interested. And so now I think I'm getting caught up now. Anna's asking, how are the Illustrator challenges going, Jack? Sorry, I'm able to catch you. I was waiting for the first one. No worries. They're going. I mentioned earlier about, like, just being kind of generally concerned about, like, it seems like people like the new weekly format overall, but it also feels like, I'm not sure, like, people maybe, like, forget that they're happening because they're only happening weekly. So I don't know how I feel about it either way. I think I like it, but Bella says no stream whenever's convenient for you. No rah rah here. No, I'm not, like, I know. I'm trying to find the sweet spot, you know what I mean? And I don't know what that is yet. So, I know it's kind of, like, probably frustrating for y'all, but alright, we're gonna make a clipping mask for now until I kind of figure this out. Let's grab our little brain. Oh, what? I don't want to do that. There we go. I grabbed too many things. It's not frustrating. We're all happy to stream. Oh my gosh, how did I do that twice? Oh, because I grouped it with this. Okay, well, I don't want you in that group, so remove yourself. As long as we get notified. LOL, thank you, Behance. Yeah, I got so annoyed because yesterday Wade streamed and I, like, once again missed it because I'm just, for whatever reason, Behance is like, no, you never need to know when Wade is streaming. Like, but I want to. Please tell me. I just am not getting any notifications anymore for whenever Wade's live. I do think I need to kind of cut that out. Alright, let's make this. I think I made a copy. Yeah, because says, OMG, Kombucha Queen is so cute. Thank you! I do like this one. Even though Corey gave me a little sass about the... we're gonna do one of those things. Alright, let's, oh my gosh, hold on. Put this on top. Cut this out. I need to merge this first. Doing a lot of things, so if you're feeling lost, as always, you can ask me questions about what I'm doing. Okay, so now we've got to cut out. Kombucha Queen. What font is that for Kombucha Queen? I think it's, Brandon, you know, Brandon Nickerson's Cringe Serif. For that one. I mean, I know, you're probably like, Jack, you always use Brandon Nickerson fonts. I mean, this is a project I started a while back. So I have, I picked these fonts, like, 6 months ago. So, for what it's worth. We did end up having to switch to Adobe font because I couldn't find a font in my like personal fonts library that was mono-spaced. So we did have to kind of sort that one out. But Barbara's asking, can they list streams in order of soonest to later, starting with the minute? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about the Adobe Live schedule? I do know, not that I want to stir the pot, but if you go to behance.net/live, you can still see the live stream schedule. The new BN Scouts is also good. You should try that. Oh my god, Annika, you're breaking my heart. I had used that originally. So that was my original font choice for this, was Scout's Hand. And I was like, I love this font and I want to use it. And I used it, and then I couldn't get like the nice alignment here. So it was a whole journey that we went on, and I was salty, but Barbara said I'll try it, thanks. Yeah, I know that like if you go to the top, it still shows, I don't know if it's like the second to the top, or that's where you can find the schedule for Adobe Live. It's the third one down, it's the Adobe Live schedule. You can also go to, maybe not. I think maybe it's on the YouTube as well, if you're on the YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com/@Adobe Live Community. I feel like if you go there, there's an upcoming live streams feed as well. So there's two places you can find the schedule, but it's not like great. I know it's not like great, so I know there's some people that are very, very angry about the tab going away. I guess the logic is that you can get to it from Behance. There's like that activity, almost like a stories at the top, and that's where you can get to it. I personally don't like going to live streams from there because it opens it up in that little pop-up window, and I'm not like a fan of that view, but there you go. /live just worked just now. Yeah, it's a workaround. Oliver says I just bookmarked the live page. Sean says if they schedule them, hit or miss. Yeah, there was a bit of an issue this past week with like some of the really early streams, so should we scale the crown down a little bit and like make the brain a little bit bigger? I don't really like the tangent here of it like right over top of the wings. And then I'm tempted, but I don't think I'm going to like round these out. I think that would be too much. Thoughts? Opinions? Bruce! Hey Bruce. Welcome. I think rounding works actually. Oh! Corey likes it. We're gonna keep it then. I do love me some round corners. Actually, I think I should leave that one. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I guess it kind of gives it the folds that the Scoby has. So, a little bit best of both worlds. I mean, we can also kind of round out the inside shapes, but I don't want it to. It might start to like break down. You know what I mean? There, you can certainly go too far with this. You go too far with the round corners. It kind of gives it a filled corner look. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to say it. Snodgrassing. Snodgrassing. I can't wait to see what captions does to that. Let me take a look. Oh, it does. It spelled it right. How about that? This is a term, and every time I've said it, everybody's like, what did you just say? So snodgrassing is what I learned to be the proper term for filling the corners. Or what you probably know as filling the corners. I don't know about this. It just ends up making the shape of the pot get lost. I don't know. Anyways, snodgrassing, to get back to it, that's what I learned. So filling the corners is like, there is like another term for this, a print term. So back in the day, when you had something that was printed, like there were some, this is typically done with like fonts. Like this font is a great example. There was a logical reason. Let me look this up. Oh, I'm trying to find it. I might have to put typeface corner fills. I'm gonna have to get back on this, but there was like a reason to have like there's a name for it. There's a technical term for filling the corners on letters, and it has to do with the way that like letters would print. Like they would leave like a well in the letter, because when it printed, you know, it would like, the ink would like fill that corner. So that's where the whole concept came from. But once we got to like, so, and that would like, once we got to like digital art, there were some, I learned this from like a medical illustration perspective, that it was called snodgrassing, and that was the name of the last name of the person that my professor had like learned it from, and so she just called the technique snodgrassing. But it's a method of like going through, and I think we did this on the Illustrator challenges. Like you can do it manually. You can like manually fill the corners, right? And that's what it is. It's like filling the corners. It's like making the soft edge where a corner is, and that would occur naturally if you were doing like old school printing. So the method comes from, I learned it from my professor, who learned it from their, you know, this last name snodgrassing. And you do it mostly with like line work. So if you got like really elaborate line work in Illustrator, and it's just kind of meant to make it mimic like ink or like old print line work, because when you print like line work, those corners would get filled with ink. So that's just kind of like the history of where it comes from, and it's just a stylistic choice to kind of mimic that look. And I know that a lot of fonts, and I zoomed in on this one because I think it may be an example of like where they've artificially done that to create that kind of look, right? So like even like this font too, you can see like the serif is got this like soft edge to it to kind of, I think, to kind of mirror that look. I don't remember, it's like on the edge of my mind what the name for it in type is. Then when it comes to like typefaces, it has a specific technical term for those wells. They're like not ink wells, but like a thing, like a corner that they would leave extra sharp, knowing that it was gonna fit into that space. Like that space was gonna fill with ink. I'll have to get back to you on it, or you could do some research. I'm sure it'll come up. But that's kind of what is happening here with this. I'm just kind of like making it look like this corner has been filled with ink. Snodgrassing sounds like what the printers were smoking to keep the prints sharp. I mean, all ink and pigment was toxic, so, you know. If you've ever tried traditional airbrushing and you've sneezed afterwards, you definitely know that it doesn't really matter. You're going to absorb it in the atmosphere. Even if you don't feel like you are. Fun fact. Bell Centennial is an example of being designed because of that issue. Okay, well, let's look up that font. Oh yeah, you can see the little, like, corners. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they leave, I forget what the name of it, especially this R here. if you look up the Bell, if you look up Bell Centennial and you take a look at that R, it's got that like really funky corner to it. And that corner is what I'm talking about, and I cannot remember what the particular name of that specific thing is called. It has a name. Ink traps. Ink traps. They're called ink traps. Ink traps, folks. I don't know why I keep calling ink wells, but ink trap. An ink trap is a feature of certain typefaces designed for printing at small sizes. At an ink trap, the corners or details are removed from the letter form, so they fill with that ink. The ink naturally spreads to remove the area. Without ink traps, the excess ink would soak outwards and ruin the crisp edge. Yeah, so it was a thing that was implemented for print because the ink was going to spread, and it would make the letters look weird. There you go. We got there. We learned something new. Ink a trap. It's a trap. Yeah. I'm glad we teamworked that one to figure it out. Anyways, I think it works with the font that we have chosen to leave it kind of like that. Which brings me back to either finishing up the imagery for these two or dealing with the kimchi cleric design. Do a save. And we've got like 30 minutes left. George is saying, I love that Adobe is offering this type of content. Thank you. Oh, well, yeah. Thank you for joining, George. There's a lot of, like, I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of other streamers here on Behance that stream on their own personal pages. We've got Annika's a live streamer here on Behance, and Umacorn and Sean. So if you check out those names in the chat and follow them, they also live stream some great content. So Shaquille, thank you so much for the follow. Let me see. Ba-ba. Yeah, don't you stream on your own time, Jack? I think these are Jack's personal streams. These are my personal streams, but there's like a mix, right? So we've got Adobe live streams, which are the Adobe streams, and those are actually now Monday through Friday. I think they're like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific or something like that. I don't exactly know the length of time. So there's the Adobe live streams, and then there's personal, there's streamers that stream like on their personal Behance accounts. So there's like Umacorn, there's Odari, there's Sean, there's Annika, there's Wade. There's a couple. There's Dan, DTM. I can't think of like all of them offhand who all streams, but yeah, you can stream from your personal Behance as well. But I also am on YouTube. I also restream to YouTube and simulcast to YouTube and to Twitch if you prefer those platforms. Alright, so exploding jars or koji. I mean, I already kind of sketched out a koji kind of sketch here. I think we could probably do what we did similar to the pot for the wizard. And let's grab our koji from the Crock of Time branding here. Ooh, but which one? Which one do we go with? There's like koji, and then there's the koji spores. Maybe this is just enough. Maybe this is enough. We just kind of like keep going with it. Pondering my crock. Yeah, I need to do a little bit of, I'm not like, I don't love the position of the hands. I don't know. I think this needs to like, this needs a little bit more work. That's all I'm saying. Like that, I need to adjust this. The hands need to be like, move the hands down. I don't know. Regardless, I feel like the position needs to align more with the actual, what do we call this? Shelf, windowsill. I need to get back to that, but yeah, I kind of split these out. So we've got like this setup here, like the really elaborate, like the, I'm just calling them like the big stickers. And then we've got the caution stickers down here. Oh, I have to come up with something for this one too. And then we've got, these are like the classes, right? We've got Miso Mage. We've got Mage, Queen, Cleric. They're kind of like classes. Corey, do you have any thoughts on the wild ferments imagery? I'm not really sure what to do for that. Let's take a look. Did we take any notes on that? No. I don't know what we're doing for that one. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, well, I think I was going for this guy when I did this. And the Crock of Time branding, I would say, has like a hand-drawn feel like this. This is the original logo. But we're kind of like making these stickers. They have like a different style, so. All of them are really well made. Thanks! They certainly, I certainly try. I probably want to do a little bit of, work to ensure these print well. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's start over. Let's make a new, we've got like our sketch, we've got like our thing. Let's kind of start in here. Pull this up a little bit. Because there's like putting together a sticker and then there's putting something together that's gonna be like clean and prepped for print. And generally speaking, you'd want to have like, I guess it depends on how you want to print it, but you'd want to have like things separated out. Do I use a service for that or a local printer? It has been terribly low attempts for these. Okay, hold on. One question at a time. Whoop. Scroll up in the chat. PJ saying fonts like Bodoni poster were designed with the thin serifs, so that's when printing the old wanted posters, the ink wouldn't spread out too far and distort the serifs. Yeah, it's really interesting how type has evolved in that sense that like some of the some of the things that have become like a style choice were originally like a technical choice, right? Like originally they kind of started out as like, this is something we have to do because of like limitations of the media, but they've become like a style choice now. You know, like that. What I mean by that is like someone may not know the historical reason for why something was done, and they just kind of like recreate the style of a font that they like and incorporate it into their own font. So then it kind of just becomes a whole new thing, kind of. I don't know. It's interesting, to say the least. But anyways, back to Annika's question. I've gotten this question a lot lately. I've used Sticker app in the past, and if you're looking for like a service print stickers, I really like Sticker app. I think they have a lot of choices, but they also do like low minimum order quantities. So and the order quantities are based on like the material and the size of the design and stuff. So it's really easy to like get, I don't like that, a small number of stickers printed if you want, which is nice. And they're overseas, but like they're in the UK, I think, but they like print I have never had an issue, like, getting stuff in, like, a reasonable quantity of time. Like, I feel like they do a good job. But now I have a large format printer and, a Cricut machine. The only downside to that is that it's a little bit, like, there's not, like, an automated process, right? Like, the printer, or the Cricut cuts, right? So you can create, like, your own die-cut stickers. But you still have to, like, do all the, like, assembly work, if that makes sense. Like, you have to... It's like a 3-step process, right? You print out the sticker itself on the sticker sheet. And then you run it through... So you run it through the printer to print out the sticker. And then you cut it on the Cricut. Well, I take that back. You print the sticker out. And you put, like a... If you want, like a film over the top. If that's what you're going for. Like, if you want to have, like, glossy. Or just... in general. Like, they make, like, thicker, thinner films, right? You can, like... So you put it on there with, like, the squeegee. And then you run it through the Cricut to, like, cut the stickers. Like, so you have to have everything kind of, like, lined up correctly. So it's a multi-part process. That's if you're doing it kind of, like, DIY on your own. You can just, like I said, use a sticker service. If you want. I do kind of think I want to do, like, a multi-layered thing. So I'm gonna start, and I'll try this. We'll try it. I mean, you certainly could go, like, wild with it and, like... Come on. Get your own printer and all that. Alright, I'm just gonna cut that and make a group. Look mode on. How long are you streaming for, Jack? Not that much longer. I was gonna go until 10. I started at 8. 2 hours is, like... my sweet spot. I've done longer streams than that, but I tend to like start to beyond the 2-hour point. My ability to hold a conversation becomes questionable. So and also I just feel like just in general with like working, going beyond 2 hours is like testing the limits in general. Like you gotta, I've mentioned this before, but like it's super important to like step away from your work. Otherwise you're just working on something and you're like, oh man, this is looking awesome, and you come back to it later and you're like, what happened? What happened? What am I doing? Why did I do this? Why did I think this looked good at the time? So it's like it's very important to step away from your work. So I try to do that. I try to build that in my, like, process. Like, take away. Step away. Go do something else for a while. Work on something else, and then come back to it. Like we did with the kimchi, right? We're like, you know, we're not happy with the way this is going. We kind of like some elements of it, but let's just work on something else. And you'll be amazed. A huge part of my process is procrastinating. But it's like, I would call it mindful procrastination. Is that a thing? Which just means like I may like think of the solution to the problem that I'm having, like when I'm not actively thinking about the problem. Like, I'll like, and then I'll come back to it and be like, oh, I know exactly what I need to do now. So, there you have it. Josh is asking, I like your work, can I actually do it like that? Yeah, there's nothing that I'm doing here that you wouldn't be able to do yourself. I'm not even using any, like, you know, I'm not even using any, like, plugins or anything like that. I'm just using, like, vanilla Illustrator right out of the box. So, you could totally do this like I'm doing it, using the tools that I'm using in Illustrator. Let's see here. PJ would prefer total print on demand for my products, not good for the one part. Yeah, I have thoughts. I mean, I used to use Society 6, but I can't in good conscience recommend them anymore because... Oh. Okay, it's just, I have this placed asset. Because they switched to a subscription model, I felt like they already took so much of a cut from the artists. Like, you made so little profit on selling your work on their platform. And then on top of that, they introduced a paid subscription thing. So, like, you have to pay a subscription now to get access to certain features on Society 6 and also try to make money. It's not my favorite platform. I know there's other ones like Printful, Lustrosly? Is that a platform? I don't know what you're saying. Oh, Lustrously is the quality of being very shiny or special. Or, oh, thank you. I think maybe you're complimenting my work. Thank you, Shazane. Henry is saying, when drawing, there is a rule to back off and look back as you are micro-focused on seeing the full picture. Yeah. They tell you, even when you're working digitally, that you should, like, look away from your screen, like, I feel like it's, like, every 30 minutes or something like that. You should, like, look away and, like, concentrate on something else, not the screen, to kind of, like, help with, like, eye strain or eye fatigue. And then, of course, they have, like, you know, the glasses that they sell to help with eye strain. The blue light glasses, and you're shaking your head. Corey's shaking. I don't know if they work, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? Who knows? I have blue light glasses for what it's worth. I will have to say, as much as I'm getting sass from the corner of the room over there from Corey, I do have to say that since I started using the blue light glasses, and since I started using like night mode on my phone, I feel like I get a lot of like ocular migraines, which if you've never experienced before, it's where you get a migraine but not like a painful headache migraine. It's a migraine that happens in your eye where you get like a weird pattern that shows up over your eye, and I've stopped getting those as much since I used the blue light glasses. So Clever says, oh my god, ocular migraines are awful. They're super weird. It's just a weird experience. It's frustrating when you get them while you're working and you're like, I have to wait now. Oliver says, the 20-20-20 rule, every 20 minutes look at something at least 20 feet away for 20 seconds. There you go. I knew it was something like really short, and probably shorter than I'm actually doing, so don't be like me. Look away from your computer. Pomodoro. Yeah, everybody's doing that lately. Ryan and Andrew were both doing streams using that method. So I guess maybe I should do that. Every 20 minutes. So this is what we have to do, according to Oliver. Every 20 minutes, look at something at least 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So I think it helps that I have, like, my dogs to keep me occupied. They're always doing something every 20 minutes to distract me from my work, so. Oh goody, it's snowing again. Yeah, speaking of the 20 thing, I just looked out my window and it is finally snowing here. So we finally have gotten the snow. the snowstorm has arrived. So I'm just looking at pictures of Koji. I'm trying to see if there's something I could add to this base, because that dark circle feels very ominous. Just draws my eye. I normally just look out the window and look at the birds for a bit. Indeed. Indeed. Stian, welcome. I didn't get to say hi to you. Stian says, I have computer glasses. Very helpful, yeah. Oh no, Clever says, I've been completely blinded a few times. 2 minutes is about how long it strikes. The longest 2 minutes, yeah. And I feel like it, like, goes away slowly. Like, it's not something that, like, it doesn't go away. It's not, like, there and then it's gone. It, like, takes time to, like, fade away. PJ saying Petadolex as equals migraine prevention or reduction. Is that, like, a medication? Oh, yeah, it is. I've never thought I should get medication. If it occurred more frequently, I probably would bring it up, but... Clever saying these stickers are great. I love the contrast they've got. Thanks! I'm always concerned about contrast. It's like a big focus of mine. Making sure everything reads clearly. I mean, that kind of helps, honestly. Oh, and Megan. I don't think I saw Megan join a couple minutes ago, and I missed that too. Or maybe it was like a while ago. I'm bad at time. What is time? Megan says the joy of having multiple pets, and I expect children also. Somebody always wants something. Yeah, or they're just like bored, and they like right now is a particularly great time because there's a blizzard outside, and so they need to find jobs for themselves, especially my big dog. He's very quiet. I don't know what he's doing right now. He needs to find things to do. So he particularly enjoys rearranging his things. So like placing his toys and bones, like traps for me to trip over throughout the house. Or like kicking all of his blankets everywhere. He's good for that. He's real good for like finding himself jobs. So you could put a dark background behind it and reverse the Koji if you want it light colored. Do you mean like the whole entire sticker itself? Or what? Annika's saying there's a blizzard? Also Megan, how bad is it over here? Yeah, actually, that we've had a winter storm warning, like, for at least, like, it was supposed to start overnight, and we had no snow overnight, and I was like, what is happening? This huge snowstorm they said we were supposed to get, like, an inch of snow every hour, and I woke up and there was no snow, and I was very confused, but now it's finally started, so. Hey, Bruce. How's it going? I'm getting recommendations for migraines now. Yeah, so it's finally snowing here. Is really it. We only have like, there's only like an inch of snow on the ground here so far. Yeah, Chicago has been pretty bad. Chicago's been insane. Like, my family there has been sending me pictures. And it's funny because normally we're the ones getting blasted. And so it's been kind of like a weird winter in that sense, that like all of the snow has not really been lake effect snow. It's been coming from like the south, and so they've been getting blasted and we've been missing it all. So do I like snow? Not really. not particularly. That being said, I do appreciate snow. We'll just say that. Wow, that looks like that's a mess right now. We need to. Now we've come across the dilemma of triangles once again. I guess we could just do like I guess we could just fill the top. I don't love it. and then change the color. Change the colors. But here's the thing, Cha-Cha, about snow. I don't love the snow. But I do appreciate having 4 seasons. I think I would have a really hard time, as much as I would love to be able to be outside year round. I think I would have a hard time with the transition from being in a place where you get 4 seasons to having you know, a summer and a rainy winter. That would be weird to me. I've had friends move to warmer climates and say that they had a hard time with the adjustment. And Patty says, able to join briefly following seriously challenging times in my household and looking forward to backtracking this entire series. Here from Minnesota, where the snow has not been. I'm sorry to hear that, Patty. I hope things look up for you. Now I don't know what colors to make this. Honestly, I think this should be white. Or this should be white. I'm just gonna select all of this. And we're gonna go this color. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, come on. Just want to pull the color. There are more efficient ways to do this. Like using select same and all that, but okay, I'm hoping this is what you meant. Or I make these white or something. I'm not really sure. Lake effect snow in Chicago stuff. Lake effect snow in general. I feel like I should have been in Chicago for the weather. Last time I was there, I was locked under snow and closed. It's interesting. Clever. I obviously grew up in Chicago. I lived there. I've had the realization I have now lived in Chicago and in Cleveland equal amounts of time, believe it or not. So that's pretty wild to me. What if we do a little bit of gold instead? Here we go. Let's switch this. We do something like this instead. 60. I know, I'm all over the place. We're almost wrapped too. It's just about time to finish up. Oh, I misselected. There we go. You like that? I kind of like that. Anyways, my point was that what I was talking about before about living in Chicago. Let's kind of zoom out. You can give me your opinion. I might be able to scale this up a little bit more now too. Because because you asked for my opinion, right? And growing up in Chicago, I feel like we got bad snow, but like I said, typically we get worse snow than my family. Our snow is crazy. So we get. Oh, somehow I missed that. I'm making my group. We're positioned I'm where I live. I'm right to the east of Lake Erie, and so we get. Our snow is crazy. We get a lot of snow. Jan says, by the way, isn't rice koji rice shaped, or do I maybe remember? It grows on rice, so it looks like little, it almost looks like little flowers, like little, what are those flowers that have the little dandelions when they turn into, like, seeds? And then if you imagine that as, like, growing on top of a grain of rice. So that's what, I think that's what they look like. Corey will have to correct me. But, so yeah. Chacha says, here in Pakistan it's 10 degrees Celsius outside. We always like to go to our northern areas to enjoy the snow, and I'm shocked to hear you don't like the snow. That's not right for a snowman. Well, I'm not a snowman, but like I said, the thing I don't like about the snow is that we get so much of it. Like, typically we get feet and feet of snow, like multiple times, and shoveling it is just like really hard. It's just like physically hard. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind it so much if it was just like cold. Like, the cold doesn't bother me as much as just like the dealing with the snow, and like just the snow just being kind of like all around a dangerous hazard to live with. So I haven't lived there since Patty's saying I haven't lived there since the 70s, but originally from Racine, Wisconsin, now practically a Chicago suburb. Yeah, the north side. We used to go to Wisconsin a lot. I feel like everybody from Chicago would, do the annual, like, Wisconsin trip, during the summer. The great. You were either going to Wisconsin or you were going to Indiana to the dunes or the lakes. Because I remember living in Columbus during the 4th grade, and there were snowdrifts taller than me. You had to be careful about jumping in them because there was no telling what the drift was coming up. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, snow can be pretty dangerous. How much more work will I do on this? I mean, later, not now. Clever wants to know. I will probably do... Oh, I want to say 2012. So there was that one snow in Chicago, if you recall, where, like, all of the cars on Lakeshore Drive got, like, buried in ice, and they were, like, frozen to the road. That might have been the 2012 snowstorm that they had. They've had in the, like, between, like, the 20-teens, the 2010s? I don't know what to call that time frame. I do remember, like, a couple of snowstorms that were, like, really intense. But, there was one in particular that, like, all of the cars, like, froze to, like, Lakeshore Drive. It was crazy. To answer your question, though, Clever, I will probably... There's not, like, much work to do left on these. I'll probably just... Let me move some windows out of the way so we can see what we're doing. I have to do some more, like, imagery, like these small things. Like, I have to put, like, some kind of a jar on this, and I have to do something with wild ferments. Corey didn't give me an answer for, like, what we put on this. And then, other than that, I want to just fix the hands on the wizard. I don't know if it's a matter of just kind of pulling them down. I don't like the additional space that creates. Either that or pulling this shelf up and adjusting the shadows. Just so the hand kind of looks like it's sitting on the ledge more than it does currently. It's a little bit high. And, although I like the position of everything, so I'm tempted to not move it. Like the shelf. I'm tempted to move the hands instead. But, yeah, you want to say 2012, I can't recall. There was the 1967 snowstorm. I do remember that. I obviously wasn't alive yet, but my parents were, and that was crazy. There was snow to the roof. Like, people, like, there was so much snow in that snowstorm. 1967. I don't remember exactly. 23 inches. But I know that there's, like, pictures that my parents have from that where, like, the snow was literally up to the roof. Patty's saying there may be a more appropriate place to ask for this, but regarding Adobe, anyone struggling to rethink file reorganization process with Adobe eliminating changing your personal sync options? I'm a little bit unclear about that, but let me explain this because I think this question has come up several times, and Adobe is not removing cloud storage files. Your cloud files will not change. So, you know, if we take a look at our CC app, let me see if I can find it. Where are you, CC? There we go. Oh, and it's frozen. Alright, we'll go to the website and go adobe.com, and we'll go to the CC app in here. And I'll open up my files. So your cloud files here, nothing is changing with this. Absolutely nothing. Your cloud storage isn't going to be touched. Your cloud files aren't going to be touched. The email that you got about sync files has to do with if you have a enterprise account. There's kind of like a legacy process in place where when you were working on these cloud files, it would save a copy locally to a sync folder on your computer. So I don't even think I had I had like one file in my old computer. Like I don't even have it anymore. But like it would save like in your actual like on your Mac there would be like a sync folder. That folder is going away because it's redundant and it's not necessary. It was just kind of a legacy thing, and it only impacts enterprise accounts. It was at one point, Oliver, on personal accounts. It hasn't been a part of personal, like, unless you have like super old cloud files. I think it would have to be really old. You shouldn't have any more local sync files saved, but it won't have any impact on your cloud files. There's this like confusion that like cloud files are going away entirely, but that's not the case. It's a very particular thing. It's still on personal accounts until February 1st. But like I don't even have any local synced files. I think it's just a legacy thing. Like if you at one point, if you had a file that was old, I don't know, and like saved to the cloud, you may have a local copy in there still. But yeah, it's not saving in your computer. Yeah, it won't delete anything, only the sync feature. Yeah, the local sync. And you can save them to your computer if you want to already. Like you can, like I can download these locally if I want to. You will have a Creative Cloud file on your hard drive. Mine is on my home files. One folder will not be synced. Yeah, I've checked this and like I don't even have that. Like I had it with my work account at one point, but like I've never even had it be a thing with my personal account. So I think it's just really legacy. Yeah, there's a file, a cloud sync file from 2018. So if that tells you anything, that's the only file I have on there, was from 2018. In that folder. Which is just probably, I don't know why I got pulled over, honestly, from my old computer. That's the only file I have in the local sync from 2018. But yeah, your cloud files are fine. I like to be able to grab files between my computers. Well, I mean, cloud files are how I work between my computers. So I don't know if you all know this, but I work on my Mac here. And I have a PC, which is what I'm streaming from. And I don't, like, transfer files physically between, like, I'm not transferring files back and forth between the two. Like, I'm gonna close this cloud file, and I'm gonna open the cloud file on my other computer. That's how I do. So, there you go. I don't know. Cloud sync file is basically those equivalent to Dropbox. Was it though? Patty's saying the problem is the majority of my files are not AIC Illustrator files. I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about just plain Illustrator files, again, regular Illustrator files that are saved locally are not going to be impacted by this, and your cloud files are not going to be impacted by this. The only thing that's going to be impacted is if you have that, if you have any, like, that local sync backup feature. So, and I don't, like, if you didn't know this, cloud files have a history as well. If you go to, like, the CC, if we go here again, if I, like, click on this file, it has a file history built into it, so I can go back to its inception and download the file. So again, like, if it already has a file history, so I don't know. I've never had an issue that I couldn't resolve with a cloud file. Like, nothing's ever broken so much. I have broken plenty of cloud files, but the history, you know, I can go back and, like, save them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't wanna dwell on cloud sync files. It's not as scary as it sounds, I'll tell you that. It's not like your files aren't going away. They're not getting deleted. They're just removing that particular feature, which for me is only on files from my work account where that was enabled. So, Annika's gonna Slack me a message for later. All right, maybe Annika has the insight, but I, as far as I know, it's not like your cloud files themselves and your local files themselves aren't going to be impacted by this. Only that local sync folder. I suppose that could be valid if you don't have an internet connection, but who knows? Alright, let me scroll up. Alright, so I'm gonna be done. I'm already like 15 minutes past the time I said I would, because we got into a whole conversation about sync files. I moved everything from Cloud Sync files to OneDrive and downloaded all my Rush projects and converted to the Pro, so my Cloud Sync folders is now empty and ready. I've worked on Rush projects, and I don't even have those projects in the sync folder, so who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I won't be streaming this weekend. Probably 99% certain I'm not gonna stream this weekend. Yeah. Alright, let me do a quick shout out to everybody who joined. Abdul, Angelica, Annika, Anna, Ashrafel, Barbara, Burned, Viola, Bipin, Bridget, Bruce, Cha-Cha, Clever, Corey, Frog, George, Josie, or I believe that's Josie, let me know, Jewel, Katarina, Megan, Oladell, Oliver, Patty, Peter, PJ, oop, I scrolled too fast, Shazane, Sean, Smart. I don't know if I saw you in the chat, Smart. Stian, Times Square Design Studio, and Umacorn. Also, big shout out to all of the streamers we had in the chat. We had Sean, we had Umacorn, we had Annika. Rush only use it if you sync between devices. I don't know. I guess I'm not syncing syncs between the syncs. You know, so I'm sorry if it impacts you. I don't know enough about the situation. I have been told that this primarily affects enterprise accounts, and that I have not been able to find any kind of local sync happening on my personal account, only on my enterprise account. So, for what it's worth. I'm sure we'll know more details as we get closer to that, but you can always, if you're concerned about it, you can always save your files locally. So if you've got a cloud file and you want to save a backup, let me just do that real quick so I can show you. I mean, it's really, I feel like it's, I have a cloud file here, but I can just go ahead and save this as a local. I have my interface large, so I'm just getting cut off. I just click on save on your computer, and now I can just save it here. If I was concerned about it and wanted to make a backup as I was working, but I know it's kind of like one more step, but I don't know. It is what it is. I thought it was going to only affect personal accounts, therefore encouraging enterprise accounts. No, I heard the opposite, that it would impact enterprise accounts. And so there you have it. Alright, I do have to go. I appreciate all of you hanging out with me today, and I will not be back again. Clever, to answer your question, I don't know if I'll work on these on stream again, or if I'll just kind of work on them outside of the stream, because there's not that much left to do. There's just like minor details I need to kind of finish up. And I don't know what we're going to be working on next time. I'll have to kind of think about it. I was talking to Corey about how, like, I mentioned earlier actually that I'm not sure what I want to work on next. I've been kind of like, I have a lot of projects that I've started and not finished, but I don't know. I feel like I just need to start something new and different for my own personal enjoyment. Clever says, they're lovely, thanks for shooting work. Oh, you know what? You're probably asking Clever because you want to know how you can get your hands on these tasty stickers. And that is not a question I have an answer to. That's mostly up to Corey, how Corey wants to distribute them. I think the original plan was via Patreon, but I don't know what the plan is moving forward now. If I get my hands on some stickers, maybe we can do giveaway of sorts or something like that. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet, but more to come on the sticker situation. I'll let you know when I know. Probably both on stream and on social. If you follow me on social, I'll post maybe there about what the plan is. So there you go. That's my answer. I'm really gonna go now. It's been like 20 minutes past, so I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, since I won't see you. And then join me next week. Sean and I stream Monday through Thursdays in the Firefly Discord, and then I'll be live on Adobe on Tuesday with another Illustrator challenge. We're going to be going over making logo families for that challenge, so we're going to take our logo concept that we put together, and we're going to put together different variations of it, which is a super important step. And honestly, like, just the way that branding works, like modern branding works these days. So we're gonna be looking at that, and then, yeah. Be warm, happy weekend. Yeah, same to you, Clever, and good luck with your cat project. Alright, bye everyone!